People, what's going on? What's going on, you guys, tonight? So, you guys see a lot of chapters that are coming up, and we are coming to a close with this one. Okay, so today will be your last day of cardiology. Okay, I've met some beautiful people this week, and I hope you are able to archive this chat. So again, these courses that you guys have right now are free. The courses here are free. So feel free, join in, review the rest of the chats, and if you want to go further, go ahead and get your program. Okay? Go ahead and get your program. Alrighty. And the program is nothing. It's $59.99. And those are the courses that you're going to download to your computer. You have access to the Sapphire portal and then some. So, you guys know I always put up the books that we need. And this is for some of the new people that I've met. And they may be chiming in at some point just to show them the books that they need for this course. Classes are free. These are the books that you need to join in the classes. If you don't have them, that's fine, because I will be putting links on the side of this chat for you. Okay, and these links go to Kindle. Just download Kindle on your computer or your phone. Okay, that's the language of medicine book that you will get with this course. Okay, so in the chat description, you will also see those links. Okay, and these are the links to the Kindle, and these are the books that you get to view for free. Now, I love them. Again, you guys can always bring it up because you get to see many pages. The CPT goes to the 20,000 series. Okay, so the free version, well, the sample version lets you see up to the E&M section, integumentary, and the musculoskeletal system. So I'm thinking maybe we should do those chapters first. Why, Ms. Lambert? Because it will give you more time to get your books. So when we start the coding, I think we should start when we start the core courses after training you and showing you how to code. We can start with the Kindle free version until you guys get your books. Now, I'm putting up the website. This will help those of you who do not have your books. Now, for some of you who are starting now, no worries. You can get in on this class. Next week, I'm going to be starting the coding. It might be the week after because I've decided to do pharmacology and psychiatry. You will come in with us now. If you want to, you come right in with us now. When we start doing the coding, you will do 2 classes. That's it. Go to the playlist for medical terminology. You're going to do each class. Each class will correspond with your language of medicine book. You have chapter 1 in your language of medicine book. You're in the playlist medical insurance billing, or you're in the playlist medical terminology. Combine the book. So that's how you're going to self-teach while we are doing the coding. So you will do the medical terminology offset in your practice, and you can still get in the classes with us. So it's repetitious. So if you started today, if you say, oh, I want to join Miss Lambert's class today, I want to see what she's doing. If you come in today, then it's repetitious. So whether you get in live or not. So even if you start with medical terminology, it's still repetitious. Start with 1, 2, 3, 4, okay? When I finish with the coding and the advanced coding, it's going to be repetitious. I'm going to turn right back around and do that medical billing again. Now, it'll just be another semester. So, did I put up the, okay, so I did put the books over there. Let's take a look at the schedules. Okay, the schedules, the programs, advanced, transitional, and basic. Whichever one you choose to get, that's fine. Go to the website, you can check that out. Okay, and this is for some of the new people. You guys know I like to put up stuff to kind of give people insight on what the class is about. We have 3 programs. Okay, anybody have any questions, let me know. Go to physicians at Sapphire Coding or sapphirephysiciancoding at Gmail and ask as many questions as you want. So that's considered discussion board. You guys know I love saying that. Discussion board is everything. Discussion board is Facebook. Discussion board is how we communicate. Okay, that's discussion board. So we are up to class, I believe, 17. Tomorrow's 18. So we have, what, 3 more classes left? Okay, so there are 3 more classes left in medical terminology. Okay, we may go over, we may just make it. But this class is almost over. Okay, this class is almost over. So tomorrow's is 18. Okay, so again, some of you who have stuck with me through the class, you guys know where we're at. And if you get lost, follow me in the chats or send me a message. Okay, so this is your medical terminology course. And we are in oncology. So oncology was a huge section, and it's basically to give you insight on oncology and different types of cancers. So you have your theory with me, and then you have your practice at home. So, if you're new to Sapphire Physician Coding and you're coming in right now, that's fine. You can archive this or you can, watch it later on. But if you want to do the beginning, all you need to do is go to that medical terminology playlist and start from the first one. Okay. And again, if you join my program, remember, you get the language of medicine free. Okay, I'm just writing this in here. I'm trying to get another grant, so we can try to keep it at that. So I have to get enough of students in the classroom in order for me to actually keep it like that. So you guys continue to enroll, and thank you so much for all of you who have participated and registered and went on the website and purchased a program. Good. And if you don't, you don't need assistance from me, that's fine. That's what they're there for. I have students that just purchase courses and they don't need me. They're gone. They know what they need. But if you guys do, feel free to contact me. So the $59.99, we're trying to keep that steadfast, but I've got to get more students in that class. So you guys feel free to register. Okay, just go to the bookstore and choose your program and check out. Okay, so again, we are in medical terminology, and those of you who are getting your books from thrift.com, like I said, it does not have to be a new book. Does not have to be a new book. You can get a book that is older. Okay, you'll probably just have different pages. That's it. Okay, so we will be on the coding in about 2 weeks. Okay, in about 2 weeks. So I'm still trying to give you guys more time to get your books. So this one's oncology was pretty long, so that kind of took us back like an extra week. Okay, but I'm still expecting you guys to pretty much stay on track. I'm trying to make sure I'm not screaming into this thing, because sometimes when I go back over my videos, I'm like yelling. Okay, I know it's terrible. So, like I said, medical coding in about 2 weeks. Okay. So what else is in here, Miss Lambert? Okay, so we can go over your classes and what you'll be doing. So again, this is a regular class. This is just like as if you were, in online school or as if you were in college. I have full classes. Okay, this is what we are doing right now. We're in here right now. So if my class is open enrollment. You start now. Right to you jump in. You look at the YouTubes. If you guys decide to join the Sapphire Academy, this is what we go over. Okay, if we are all the way down here and you miss this, then you know to go to the archive chat and go over this. Okay, because again, it's going to be repetitious. I will be back at that. Okay, I will be back at that. You're not going to miss anything. You're just going to go over it ahead of time if you choose to. If you choose to. If not, you can go ahead and start with us. It doesn't matter. They're all archived. Okay, so I'm just showing this because this is our schedule. Okay, so anybody who wants to start the classes, don't get scared and say they've already done that. I don't want to jump in at that point. You can jump in anytime you want to. You jump in today, fine, because everything, like I said, is repetitious. You can go over your medical terminology, or you can start from here, and because it's going to be repetitious, and come back. Okay, and you could just jump right in. So there's no enrollment. I have a different kind of enrollment for providers. When they start every 15th of the month. So, but you guys are students, anytime you come into the YouTube, that's fine. Providers don't use the YTU, they use the Sapphire Academy. Okay, they have a whole different type of schedule. I'm trying to see what this is I have put up here. Okay, so these were abbreviations that I had up here, and this had to do with a different chapter, so that's why this is here. So make sure when you guys are looking at this, make sure you look at these little keywords and stuff that I put up here. So on page 511, depending on which book you guys have. So you guys know I have the 2025, but yours may be on a different page, or if you have 2025, that's fine. Valerie, I know you have 2025, so you and I should have the same page. Okay. So I'm gonna put this up here. So this is elsevier.com. This is for some of you who do not have your book. Elsevier.com is where we get the medical insurance billing books. Okay, we get the medical terminology book. We also can get the step-by-step book from there. Now you also can get these books from Amazon. You also can get them from Amazon. And don't forget to get the medical terminology book if you need to. Even if you don't need to get it on the class, fine. I will get the medical terminology book, and you have tests and exams in that book. Okay, if you register for the class, that just means if you go to my bookstore and you get one of the courses and you check out, you automatically enrolled into the classroom. If you don't want to, that's fine. Just call me when you need me. Call me when you need me. Okay, or discussion board me when you need me. Okay, let me see what else I have in here. So even if you choose to just get the course, don't worry about it. We're all in this together. We're all in this together. This was class 10 in medical billing. So in the medical billing, make sure you get that playlist. The medical billing playlist says medical insurance billing and coding virtual course. That's the medical insurance billing course in there. All those chats in there has to do with the medical insurance billing. Okay. So I'm just answering questions that I did get, and I'm also just kind of backtracking on what we have in here. You guys saw that already. It's 3 programs. Okay, so this is the book right here. Shanae, I know you're going to archive this, but I'm about to answer your question. So you can use either one of these books. You could even use the book before this. The medical terminology has not changed. They've changed covers of the books, and that's it. Brenda asked, what did she ask me? Okay, she asked about the code. The code. Okay, so when you go to my website, and let me take this down. When you go to my website and you see that little tab that says see more courses, and when you get into the bookstore, you're going to download your orientation, and all of your orientation is going to come with that. There's 18 other courses with that. You're going to get a code, And that code is to download the 18 courses. So you will go, let's say you pick cardiology, go ahead and check out that cardiology. Use that code. It will say 0. You should not be paying for that because you already paid for it with the course. It comes with the whole course. It's like 21 courses. It's free. It's $59.99. So Brenda, don't pay $59.99 again. I gave you a code, and the code is to get the rest of those courses for free. So those 18 courses all come with it. The 18 courses do show up individual, and that's for my students who only need a certain course. Like some of my students need, they need brush up in medical terminology, then they only buy medical terminology. The code that I'm giving you with your program that you have is free. So just put that code in there. You can put several in there, or you can put one. You have the Sapphire email. You don't even have to download them if you don't want to. The Sapphire email lets you into the Sapphire portal, and they're all in there. And as a matter of fact, I created your folders the other day. If you guys join the Sapphire Coding Academy, everybody gets a folder. So if I have something that I want to put in there, I put it in there. When you guys take your test, give it to me. Okay, so that was her question. Next question. So there's three different programs, but there's 4 different schedules. There's a schedule for 6 weeks, which is fast track. That's you home all day, you can do your courses all day. The 10-week course is also considered a fast track course. It's the same exact course, it's just a couple of more weeks longer. The 20-week course, that's a 4 to 5 month course, depending on you. You need 20 weeks, that schedule that's in the Sapphire Academy is for that 20 weeks. That schedule, that 16 weeks that's in the Sapphire Academy, that's different from the 20-week schedule. If you guys chose a fast track and you finish your course in six weeks, that's a different schedule. So you see why I put those different schedules in there? Because some of you all get in there, I'm going to do the fast track, Miss Lambert. I'm going to be finished. I'm going to be ready to take my test. And then by the time I give you that competency at that 6 week, Ms. Lambert, can I switch to 20 week? Of course you can. You can switch to whichever week you want to. Just let me know so I can give you a different schedule. Okay? So, don't get chickeny when you finish your 6th week and you feel a little leery. So what? Just keep it moving. Keep going. Okay? You can always change schedule. Just let me know because I have to make sure you stay on track. Okay? So I don't know whose question that was, but that was the answer. Okay? So you have 4 different schedules. And most of y'all who already work in a facility, I think y'all all can do the 16-week schedule. But I do have some that need the 40 weeks because the boot camp does not work for them. They only can do like an hour or 2. And that's what this is for. Take your time. Take your time and do the studying. Take your time and come in on my class. Okay? Okay, so let me get to the lesson. So your links are over here. What other link I want to give you? What other link? I'm going to give you an APC. I'm giving you AAPC.com. Why, Ms. Lambert? Because that's where you're going to take your certification. So we already did that. Did I put that link in there? For that AAPC chat. The AAPC chat, I think it's on chat 13 in the medical insurance billing. We went over what's going to be on the AAPC exam, CPC. We went over that. But you can also go on the website and look at what's going to be on the test. You can look at the series that you're going to do. Okay, now your first test, if you fail it, God forbid, your second test, is going to be different. But if you go on the AAPC link that I just put over there, you could see what's going to be on that exam. Okay, now some of you may be new, some of you may be already accustomed to the coding. And may have forgotten medical terminology. Go to the medical terminology playlist and you can go over the classes from there. Again, this is a college program. I do high school students. I take from 11th to 12th grade. I have students that's getting ready to graduate from high school right now. Okay, that does this class. Okay, so the age does not matter. I don't care if you're 16 years old and you want to start learning coding, start now. If you're going to do your homework, start now. Okay, especially while that tuition is $59. I'm trying to get another grant so I don't have to put it back to $1,300. Okay, y'all, but I want y'all to get into that. I did get my shipment of my flash drives finally came in. The tariffs. I tried to get somebody else to kind of be my vendor where I wouldn't have to go to China, but I don't have a choice. Stuff that I need, I have to pay it. I have to pay it. And literally, the tariff that I paid for the flash drives are more than what the flash drives was. I can't believe I don't have a choice because if I buy them from the United States, they're triple still what I pay. So if I have a flash drive and the flash drive is $2, the flash drive is 10 in New York, in the United States. Okay, so anyway, any more questions? Let me know. You guys make sure you check out my website. Check out all those links that I have below. Okay, and tomorrow is radiology. Tomorrow I'm gonna do class early. Tomorrow. Okay. So you guys got any questions? Just jump in. So I'm getting ready to head for the book. I'm gonna share my screen with you guys. No, we still on cancer. Okay, and I think we're on 765. Okay, so I'm just kind of scrolling down, getting us to where we left off at. All right, so I'm gonna share my screen with you. Some of you who have your books, that's fine. If you're still working on getting your books, no problem. Again, if you join the Sapphire class, it's only $59.99. Your tuition is $59.99. I have an automatic grant to give you that. Okay, so your class is already paid for. I still have seats for that class, okay? And I have to fill that class up, but I got to the 15th, okay? I got to the 15th to fill that class up. Okay, so can you guys see my screen? So we are up to, we're still in oncology. I'm on page 764. Let me just hit right here. Okay, so we're at chapter 19, oncology. Oncology was pretty big, so we had to spend like 3 days on it. There were a lot of classifications, vocabulary, and terminology. We were talking about the treatments, but we haven't gotten up to the abbreviations as of yet. So those of you who may have your book, just kind of follow along with us. If you don't have your book, that is also fine. So I'm going to go ahead and remove that. Okay, so, and remember, if you have a different book, it's fine because you're going to be on a different chapter, a different page number, that's all. All right. So we kind of went through a lot of the vocabulary. Molecular target therapy. Did we go through target therapy? I don't remember the target therapy. What my concern is things that are going to be on the test, but I still want you to read through it. I think we got through immunotherapy. We probably were up to that portion, and basically you're just going to read. About this so that you are familiar with this. Immunotherapy is the use of immune cells or antibodies to kill tumors. Okay. It is now possible to remove a patient's own T cell lymphocytes and in the laboratory introduce new receptors as well on their cell surface. And I've seen this done. In the lab when I was in Long Island Jewish. I mean, just doing different things in the lab, and you're just like, wow, how do you do that? And it's very secure in there. Trust me, it's very secure. But some of these things you just kind of want to know. You can also type it in on YouTube, and YouTube will even give you descriptions of what I'm talking about. Okay, introduce new receptors, CARs. Chymeric antigen receptors. Okay, that's not going to be on your test, but it's part of your reading. Okay, other immunotherapies depend on laboratory engineering. Okay, antibodies, engineered. Okay, antibodies, drug conjugates, conjugates. I would get that down. That looks like something that could be on the test. I'm not sure if the cars are going to be on the test, but I'm going to give you that one. CARS, that's the abbreviation. Chimeric, CHIMERIC, antigen receptors. You guys got your books. I'm on page 64. Okay, antibody drug conjugates, ADCs. So if you got your index cards, put ADC and then antibody drug conjugates. Put that down. Okay, a new way of using monoclonal. Am I saying it right? Monoclonal, that's what it says. Antibodies is to attach a potent as in something toxic, drug to the antibody. They better not ask y'all nothing like this because y'all ain't gonna remember this. The antibody will carry the drug specifically to tumor cells and release the toxic drug and at the site, sparing normal tissue. These drugs are called antibody drug conjugates. Now, I mean, can you imagine, what somebody goes through and they have to have all this stuff done? Man, I feel bad for those people. But you know what? A lot of this works because a lot of people have been healed. I mean, they can't say, cancer has, I can't say if it's caused many more deaths than it has, people have not died. I don't know if it's more deaths or more people living. Y'all find it out for me. How many people in the world have died from cancer? How many have made it? How many survivors do we have? That's a good question. Okay. Another example of immunotherapy is antibodies are used to activate T cell lymphocytes. Normal T cell lymphocytes are capable of recognizing any killing tumor. Well, we talked about that already. The main thing I want you to get down is that CHIMERIC antigen receptors, okay? And then the antibody drug conjugates, ADC. That's what I want you to get down. Okay, and that's probably going to be, they'll have stuff like that on your open and closed questions. Okay, again, so monoclonal antibodies, you guys go ahead and read that. That's on page 76. And this is just, giving you a heads up on some of the antibodies and some of the chemicals, radiation that they use to try to kill some of these tumors. Benign tumor, non-cancerous growth. We did this already, so I want you guys to make sure you get that down. Benign tumor is going to be one that I want you to study. Brachytherapy, I want you to study that one. Radiotherapy that uses insertion of sealed containers into body cavities. Okay, carcinoma, cancerous tumor made up of cells of epithelial origin. Get that down. Chemotherapy, get this down. Treatment with drug that kill tumor cells. Okay, what I just gave you is exam. Okay, that's exam. Combination chemotherapy, use of several chemotherapeutic agents. No, that's not going to be in the test, but I still want you to get it. Okay, so I'm on page 766. I want you to go ahead and get that down. There's a lot of abbreviations here, DNA, differentiation, specialization in cells. Get those down, and that's just something for you to study. You're just building up your study kit. So you guys remember I said you're going to build up your index cards. This is what you're doing. When I give you words to write down on index cards, you're just building them up. Okay, you're building them up. And then when you get ready to study, that's when you get ready to study. You're going to have a whole bunch of stack of cards like what I have right here. I know. My desk is always a mess. Don't forget, you guys have any questions, just send me a message or send me an email. Mixed tissue tumors. Metastasize, you already know. I gave y'all that already. Metastasis, spread of a malignant tumor to a secondary site. Literally beyond control. So beyond meta, control, stasis, they're giving you root words, that's why. They just broke that up. Where's metastasize? They didn't give me that, and they give me that. I gave y'all metastasize, but they're just showing it up again. I don't know why they only gave y'all metastasis. Okay, get morbidity. Put an asterisk or star or something by morbidity. Condition of being unwell or deficient in normal function. Morbidity. The morbidity of his health is death. Okay. Neoplasm, new growth, benign or malignant tumor. The neoplasm in the CBT book is long. Now we're going to spend a long time on that. We're going to spend a long time on that because I want y'all to get familiar with that part of the CPT. Because in the middle of that book, that's where your neoplasms are. The neoplasm is going to be a long section because there's so many different types of cancers. And in your CPT book, the doctor can do so many different types of surgeries to either cure it, sustain it, tame it, or get rid of it, whatever. It's going to be a lot of different types of surgeries that's going to be in there. So yeah, we are going to be on that subject for a long time. Well, not like that. I mean, like maybe 3 classes, like how we did this one. Okay. Okay, that's my what's the face? Palliative, relieving but not curing symptoms. Get that down. I like that. I like that word. Radiation, energy carried by a stream of particles. Radiotherapy. Okay, stuff that you know that you've probably heard before is going to be on your test. Okay. Treatment of tumors using doses of radiation. Radiation therapy, radiation oncology. Anybody work in an office that has radiation, where they do radiation in there, or where they do chemotherapy or something like that? I used to work in Brooklyn where they had it in there. It was just the saddest thing in the world, I'm telling you. I can't work in oncology. Y'all already know that. I can't work in oncology, and I don't work in pediatrics. No, it's too emotional to work there for me. Now my sister can handle all that kind of stuff. She's, I mean, I'm not a wuss. I don't sit around crying and stuff like that. It's gonna take a lot for me. That'd be really, really stressed for me to cry. But you sure feel bad. Trust me, you sure feel bad. You work in a hospital, you see so many different things. Anybody ever seen anybody ever seen a person just die right in front of you, or right after they die? Me and my sister was on a night shift, Long Island Jewish, and man, he was in there cutting up. We knew something was wrong, but he was seeing heaven or God, or he was seeing something. He would scream out all the time. And me and my sister was like, go in there, get him, go in there and get him, see what's wrong with him. Every time we go in there, he'd get quiet. He won't say nothing. As soon as we walk, and then what is it? Go in there and see about him. What is it? Oh man, why I gotta go? This is my side. That's your side. Because I was CNA in the beginning when I first started in the medical field, and we go in there. Last time we went there, it had to be 1 o'clock in the morning, and the man, he was quiet as a mouse. He wouldn't scream no more. We got in there, and the man looked like he de-aged like 30 years. And me and my sister was like, what happened to him? He was dead. He died. All that screaming that he did, we knew it was something. I thought he saw Jesus or somebody, because I was like, I'm not going in there. And yes, we had to take the body downstairs. So me and my sister working a night shift. I think I was doing overtime, and that probably was her normal shift. But when you go, you can go peaceful. You can go peaceful. But he was fighting. He was kicking and screaming. He said he wasn't going. Okay, so a lot of what we've done in the oncology section is really a lot of vocabulary, a lot of terminology. Make sure you guys get down DNA. okay, because that's going to be on there. The RNA and DNA, okay. RNA, a cellular substance that represents a copy of DNA and directs the formation of new protein inside cells. Let me give you that meaning. RIBO, ribo, nucleic, acid. Okay, that's RNA. So if you see something like that on your test, what is RNA? They don't give you 4 multiple choice answers to see what the RNA is. Okay, we're gonna do DNA right now. DEOXYRIB as in boy, ONUCLEIC. Deoxyribonuclei. Okay, you can say nucleic if you want the IC in it. Acid, DNA. Okay, get that. I said carcinoma. I said chemotherapy. I said brachytherapy. I said benign tumors, right? All right. So, again, like I said, those of you who do not have your books for coding, the coding is next up. Because the Kindle books, I mean, y'all let me know because I was going to start with E&M and I was going to skip to medicine at the back of the book because medicine is this big. But because some of you may or may not have your book, we can start with E&M, and then we can go ahead with anesthesia, integumentary, and then musculoskeletal system. By the time we finish with musculoskeletal system, everybody should have a book. Okay? Everybody should have a book. Now, the schedule that I am doing is a long schedule. It's not the 6-week fast track schedule. Okay? It's not the 6-week fast track schedule. I'm doing it based on 3 days, 2 hours a day. Okay? 3 days, 2 hours a day. That's your 20-week schedule. Okay? Now, if you want to do faster, double up. You got to double up. So when you see the courses, I don't know where they at. I ain't ready for them. But when you get to those courses, and when you get to Sapphire Academy, this is for people who are in Sapphire Academy. Okay? And those of you who are going to join Sapphire Academy, pick the course that you want. Okay, because that's the one you got to go by. Remember, the first week of your course is orientation. So if you start if you get your course on Monday, I'm expecting you to all week do orientation. Okay, do orientation all week. And that second week, you and I are doing one-on-one. Okay, if you want to. I have some students that don't need one-on-one, so they don't do one-on-one. They just get their courses. Okay. All right, so let's kind of move on. So we do have combination forms. I thought they did. They have combination forms. You guys go ahead and study those combination forms. Pope, raise. None of that is contrary to me, so we don't need that. Okay, so I can't show y'all that. It's too. Some of the stuff, y'all know I can't show. Y'all can look at it in your book. Okay, laboratory tests. Again, a lot of laboratory tests is going to consist of DNA. So just kind of watch that. You guys remember we read at the beginning of this when they were talking about the DNA as far as the cancer is concerned. It comes from traits. You know, it's in your DNA. And I was like, well, you know, so if a baby is tested for cancer, you know, as a baby that she's going to get cancer. That was my question. I didn't get an answer yet, but that was my question. And it is called cytogenetic analysis. So chromosomes of normal or tumor cells are examined for breaks, translocations, or deletions of DNA. The results of cytogenetic analysis can help confirm the diagnosis of a particular form of leukemia or other cancers. So if leukemia is a common cancer found in children, so I'm just curious. I'm gonna ask him again. I ain't get an answer back yet. I wanted to know about the DNA as far as children or as far as even newborns. If you're saying that you're testing the DNA and this thing is inherited, you can tell when a newborn baby is born and you test this baby to see if he has a trait for cancer and you know that the trait is baby's gonna get cancer. I'm just trying to figure it out. I'm just trying to figure that one out. Okay, so if y'all found the answer, let me know. Okay, even though I can ask, what is it, guac? I can ask guac. Okay, PSA, prostate specific antigen. Yes. Put not happy. Yes, yes. Put on the index card. Okay, put that on the index card. Okay, we talked about that. A friend of mine had prostate cancer. And it was very new to him. And I mean, like he was so cool. He was from North Carolina. He said he didn't know what was wrong with him. And he had a good spirit, but it just came so fast. One day I saw him. One day I saw him. Next day I saw him. Never seen him again. Next thing you know, we was going to the funeral. I don't do funerals, but all the rest of the staff went to the funeral. All of them in anesthesia. I think Wendy went. All of them went. I don't do funerals. Good. Okay, bone marrow biopsy, aspiration of bone marrow cells and removal of a core of bone marrow tissue that will be examined under a microscope for evidence of malignancy. Now, y'all remember I told y'all a friend of mine, he has bone cancer, and they did recommend him to do something like that, so he could have more clearer idea of what he wanted to do. And I don't know if he's afraid or he just don't want it. What is the other thing when you get the bone transplant? He doesn't want it. I don't think he wants it. If you mention it to him, he'll say no. And a lot of men, I'm not saying they do it, but I see a lot of men different. It's different from the women. Because some of them don't want to be touched at all. When men find out they have, cancer, I guess they just done. They just, okay, don't touch me. All right, no, we're not doing that. My uncle was like that. He didn't want no chemo. He didn't want nothing. Just let me go. I'm not doing that. I'm not doing it. He didn't either. He didn't. So I think and I think the women are more susceptible to having the chemotherapy and stuff like that. But I know it's not just my uncle. Men just like, okay, if I got it, I got it. All right, leave me alone. Don't give me nothing. But I mean, it's just something that happens. It's just something that happens. Not the cancer, but in this section, at least it gives us some idea of cancer and what they do in oncology medicine. Okay, some of you may go off to work in oncology. Okay, no, I don't, but I mean, one of y'all might go to the hospital and work in oncology. Who's that? Tanisha asked me, was I going back to the hospital? I always go to the hospital. I'm at the hospital all the time. We did today. I think you meant to ask me if I'm going back to revenue cycle management director at the hospital. Here, I don't know. They keep asking me that. I don't know if I want to do a whole Monday through Friday. I'm satisfied coming in as a director a couple of days a week, and then I have to go to the post office. But I did get the offer to do that. I don't know. Someone get back at you with that one. All right, I get back at you with that one. And I mean, it's no secrets. I mean, y'all are my students. I mean, it's nothing to hide or anything like that. But this is how I want y'all. This is how I want y'all. Learn what you can learn. You will have different types of opportunities. And the good part about it is, if you want to say no, I don't want to do it, you can. You can. And it ain't us though. It's the man above. I'll tell you right now, it's a man above. Whenever you feel like you're getting to that cliff, you better pray. Start praying. Start praying. I saw this thing today where, the girls were just crying and crying, about their jobs and stuff like that. Pray. All you have to do is pray. Keep doing it. Tell him what the problem is and tell him what you need help in. I promise you, he will work for you. I don't care if you're on your last leg. You got to get right with the man. You got to get right with the man, and he will be there for you. I'm telling you right now. I'm telling you, I'm living proof. I'm gonna tell you right now. I don't know how I'll be making it. I'm telling you. I'm telling you, y'all think life is easy. I'm not y'all that think life is easy. The younger ones, when they see all these twitches and this and that and that, them are my boys. I be cracking up on them. But it took them years to get like that. It took them years to get like that. I was talking to one one of the Twitch streamers today. I know all of them. And he was like telling me that he was, I think he's in the top 1000s. He's in the top 1000s, and his friend is in the top 500s. I don't even know what he's talking about, but I love the kids. They all, y'all get on my Twitter. Y'all get on my Twitter. I love the kids, and we all kind of talk. Or maybe you'll not get on my Twitter because I talk political on Twitter, and I talk Black Panther on Twitter. And yeah, that's a whole nother side of Miss Lambert. Some of y'all may not. Okay. So anyway, y'all know I get chip chapping on. Okay. So and I met so many beautiful people today. I hope they chiming in today. I hope they are archiving this chat, and I hope to see them in Sapphire Academy. Okay. So core needle biopsy. Core needle biopsy. That's like a mini little ambulatory surgery there, man. Insertion of a large bore needle into tissue to remove a core of cells for microscopic examination. It sounds like it's painful, doesn't it? A needle aspiration, y'all heard that before. Needle aspiration biopsy is the insertion of a fine needle and aspiration of a sample of fluid, cavity, or solid mass tumor. This one I want you to get down. Make sure you get this down. Okay, needle biopsy. Okay, needle biopsy. Okay, you can get the core down. Now, this one, I ain't familiar with this one. The liquid biopsy. I've never seen this one on a test, but we still blood test to look for cancer cells or for pieces of DNA for cancer cells. Now, the liquid, I guess it's necessary blood biopsy, but they're calling it liquid biopsy. And liquid biopsy may be used to detect cancer at an early stage. This was I'm thinking that they would use for the babies. What do y'all think? I mean, would you have your baby tested with a liquid biopsy? Because they said that it was hereditary. Shouldn't you be able to detect it as a baby and then beat it before you get older? There are significant differences between a liquid biopsy and a solid tissue biopsy. Yes, absolutely. Mammography, X-ray examination of the breast to detect breast cancer. Make sure you get that down. So, I mean, I want y'all to look that up. Ask Graph, ask search engine, whatever, just to see what they say. Because I mean, they've got the thing going on in Russia. They're saying that they might have a cure for cancer or treatment or something in Russia, but I'm just trying to figure out. It's got to be something to stop this cancer. It has to be. It has to be something to stop this cancer. Okay. Test, PET, CT scan. Test, y'all. Okay, make sure you get it. Diagnostic procedure combining CT, computed tomography, and PET, positron emission tomography. That's test. That's test. Make sure y'all get it down. And y'all remember what I said. If you type something, even my work, even my digital files and my PDF files, you can put that into Microsoft Word, and you can have AI read your work. You can have AI read your work to you. When you make your index cards, you can do index cards in see your Microsoft Works. What's that purple thing? Whatever that purple thing is that you use, or you make graphics and you make cards and stuff like that. You can make digital index cards. You can make digital index cards, and AI will read it to you. And then just repetitions. Here you go. Got your headphones on. Listening to your XYZ, listening to your index cards, listening to your vocabulary. Just like how when you archive this, you're archiving listening to your index cards. That's another way to study with AI. I know. I don't know anything about AI, but I know study tricks with AI. Okay. So, don't sleep on the AI, y'all. Okay. We did the radionuclide scans, did we? Okay, so let's do it. Radioactive substance, okay, are injected intravenously and scans. We've seen all this before. A lot of us who work in the hospital probably had to bring stuff in there, instruments or something. Like I have. I've seen most of this stuff before. Or, me as a supervisor or director, I have to go in there or something. But you're not going to go in any radiology without being suited up, okay? Or have your protection on you. These tests detect tumors and metastasis. Example of radionuclide are gallium 67 whole body scans. I've had that done before. Uh, did you guys see the thing about the guy who had all the jewelry on that came in and he got killed? He got sucked into the in the scan. Was it New York or CT? I don't know. I forgot. But they don't do that. When they tell you take your jewelry off, take it off. I'd be scared. I'd be more scared to death after that. Let's see. That whole body scan costs a lot of money too. That's for the billers, y'all know. And I'm on page 772. They have like a liquid biopsy and tissue biopsy contrast. You guys go ahead and check that out. Okay, I'm not going to read that. I'm not going to read that, but we're just going to kind of review that a little bit. Non-invasive blood test, invasive excision of tissue. We know that the liquid. We know we can imagine that it's not as invasive as a tissue. Okay, I got to turn the air conditioner on. Y'all know I'm about to burn up. Okay, I usually have that fan on up there, but it's not on. This is a good picture to show. I'm gonna show y'all this picture. This looks like a whole body scan that they might be doing where they're taking tissue from right here. Okay, I haven't showed y'all many of them, but usually I share the book a lot more because I know you guys got your book when you get ready to archive this. And I know it's Friday. I know. What's the next time we got Friday? Miss Mary, why you had a class on Friday? You know we be going. It's okay because I know y'all gonna archive the class. I mean, if y'all put in a petition and say, Miss Lambert, now you need to change the date. Can you change the date to like, you know, during the week? No, I'm not changing during the week. If I change the class to Thursday, you guys got to go to work on Friday. I'd rather do it on Friday. And you're going to be off because some of you are going to come in late. There are times when y'all know I have done the class past 8 o'clock. This is, I'm presuming, it's going to go past 8 o'clock because we are not doing a 4 of cardiology. It's a wrap. Okay, we're done with cardiology today. And I'm gonna hang in here in case some of y'all got questions. So I'm just gonna pretty much leave it rolling. I might get up or whatever, but we're gonna leave this rolling. Okay. So yeah, this is not we're gonna finish with this class tonight. I'll give it 2 hours. Okay. So do not forget. I don't know why that tastes like that. You know when you pour something, you dying to drink, and as soon as you drink, it's disgusting. So maybe because it's been sitting there. But like I said, we're gonna finish oncology tonight, y'all. And we touched so many bases on so many things in cardiology, in oncology. Do not forget some of the vocabulary that I just gave you: the metastasis, metastasize, DNA, RNA. Make sure you get them. Put them on your index card. Like I said, go ahead and make you a. If you guys don't have digital cards, no. If you guys don't have hard copy, you go ahead and make a digital card. Go ahead and make a digital card. You make digital cards. You can make digital cards with Excel if you want to. If you guys don't know how to use that other software, the digital cards will. You can use them over and over. And like I said, put AI on it. AI will go over your index cards. I know I'm trying to clean up as I go. It just doesn't work. That's a PET scan. That's a PET scan. PET, CT. Let me see. You know that picture I just showed you guys? That's what that is. So let me read this part right here. The PET CT scan show captures of three areas of increased radioactivity seen in the lymph nodes of the neck. We saw that in the lymph nodes and the armpit, but overlaying PET CT scans. Okay, so you guys go ahead and read that. I mean, that ain't gonna be on the test, but I was just kind of checking it out. All right, so these are the abbreviations: ADC, AFP, alpha fetoprotein. Okay, ADC, antibody drug conjugates. It's conjugates. I'm not sure about the BMT bone marrow transplant, but go ahead and get that one down anyway. Estrogen receptor, GNA. So I'm on page 775. You guys go ahead and get that down. I'm not going to go over those, but those I do want you to get. RT, radiation therapy. Make sure you get that. Okay. PSA, prostate specific antigen. What's wrong with her? This person narrative is by a woman who experienced radiation therapy for breast cancer. She's just talking about how her life changed. You guys are going to see a lot of this in the book, and you'll see, there are some that have made it, have gotten rid of it. She had a biopsy; it was malignant, and you have to embrace yourself for certain things. She has a long story. But you guys can read that in your book. I'm not going to read that. Okay, so that looks like it. Which tumor develops from dysplasic nevus? So this is your question. So we look like we're up to the questions now. So this is what you guys' homework is. Okay, so it looks like we're finished. It doesn't look like we need to go into another couple of hours with this. But again, I have the ebook. So I have a list of answers right there. And if you do have the ebook, you'll have the same thing. Okay, we're not going to go over this. This is your homework. I'm just passing through. Do we have a case study? It looks like we do have a case study. A 52-year-old married woman presented. I'm gonna take that off because even though it's a case study. Case studies, if we do find a case study that's in the book, that means somebody has donated it. A doctor has given them permission to use it or something like that. That's why when you see a lot of cases in the CPC guide, doctors have omitted those cases, submitted the cases for us to use as study. A portion of the specimen was sent for estrogen receptor assay and proved to be positive. This is. I want make sure y'all read this case. It's a case study of suspected breast cancer. Okay, suspected breast cancer. A 52-year-old married woman presented to her physician with a painless mass in her left breast. During breast examination, a 1.0 centimeter firm, non-tender mass was palpated in the upper outer quadrant located at 2 o'clock position. That means where it is, at 2 o'clock position. The mass was not fixed to the skin, and there was no cutaneous erythema or edema, swelling, no axillary or no supraclavicle lymphadenopathy was noted. This is a note. So this, as far as the coding, the case study, this is a case study note for CODIS. But even though this is her case study, it's still considered a coding aspect. You can code this, okay? You can code this. But I also want you to do the exercises, short histories, as you read this actual patient histories, concentrate yourself on your understanding of the term. So I'm gonna put this in here because I do want you guys to see this. Because we're at the end, and you guys can't see this, but I'm on page 778, and it says short histories. As you read these actual patient histories, which I want y'all to do, congratulate yourself on your understanding of medical terms. And that is the purpose of these classes, to get yourself familiar with some of the medical terms. Abundance of them are hard to pronounce. Y'all know that by how I'm trying to pronounce. The purpose of the medical terminology is to get to know some of these aspects of medical terms. It says it as you read these actual patient histories. Congratulate yourself on your understanding of medical terms. A 28-year-old man feels a hard, non-tender mass in his right testicle. Now, that's not what happened to my friend. He didn't feel anything. He said he just felt funny. He said he didn't feel like himself. He just felt funny. I'm not going to read the whole thing. I just wanted to try to kind of touch bases on that part. I'm looking for the exercises. Okay, so here they are. So your exercises is at the back of the chapter. Again, when you register for Sapphire, go on sapphirephysiciancoding.com and then hit explore courses. And you guys go ahead and check out that course, okay? Check out that course. Get the advantage course. Even if you're only going to do coding, get the advantage course. You may change your mind and want medical billing, okay? If you want to do just medical billing, get that medical billing course. It's $29.99, okay? That I don't know if I'm going to change it, but we still got to the 15th for me to feel like class up. I got to feel like class up, so y'all go ahead and get those courses, okay? So again, you guys are going to do the exercises. We're up to the exercises now. Just make sure you set a time for yourself to study. I want you to make sure you pay attention to the classes that we're doing. We're finished with oncology. I want you to do the chapter over. So you're doing the chapter over, even though, we went over the chapter, because I'm not reading word for word. I'm giving you what you need to read, and I'm giving you bits and pieces of the medical terminology. You guys try to break it up so that you can decipher it better, or put it in your document and let AI read it so you're able to pronounce it. Okay, that's what I do. When I can't pronounce something, I put it in AI and I let AI tell me how to pronounce it. Here, I'm just kind of skipping through, but I'm trying to show you some of the tricks of the trade that we learn as teachers. Okay. As you're doing your exercises here, if you are going to be a Sapphire student, this language of medicine book is free, and you actually get exercises with it. So with the Sapphire Academy, I actually give those exercises to you. You have a whole side of exercises, and then you have another side of just your language of medicine book. Here in the new book, the exercises are together. They're very minimal, but you get more. You get more in the Sapphire class. I'm going to do a chat tomorrow. Well, the chat tomorrow is chapter 18. Chapter 18 is, I don't know if it's pharmacology or radiology. I think it's radiology. I'm doing a chat Sunday on the books. So we're going to do a chat Sunday on the books in case there are some who don't really want to do the classes and you just want to buy my book and read what medical billing is, or you just want to read what coding is about. Okay, so in retrospect to that, okay, then you just need the book and you want to kind of read about it. You can order the book from me and I will ship the book out to you. Okay, I will ship the book out to you. There are 3 books: the medical billing coding Q&A, the medical terminology series 2, and the medical billing series 1. Okay, what else? Okay, so let's conclude this and then I can kind of backtrack and talk to y'all. Okay, so master terms. Okay, master terms. Tumors, osteoma, adenocarcinoma, adenoma. Yeah, I want y'all to get all those. Benign, so you guys already know that. Okay, so these are just the exercises that you're going to do on the bottom. I'm just checking to see if there's a coding case at the bottom. You know how I do. I kind of check and see if there's one at the bottom. And if it is, I want you guys to go ahead and try to decipher that. Some of you who already had the coding. Pronunciation terms, we just did those: adenocarcinoma, alopecia, avilar, anaplasia, antibiotics. You already got the benign tumor. Same repetitions. It's this section here. So make sure you get this section right here. Where is it? Oh, there you go. Make sure you get that section in. Okay, so we're kind of coming down to the wire. Those are all of your definitions that you're going to use in this section. I can't even say it. Root words are also here. Okay, no. So there's no case. There's no case in here. There's no case in here, but there's a lot of exercises in there for you guys to do. So again, we are done with cardiology. I don't know what that is. We are done with cardiology. And anybody have any questions, let me know. So tomorrow there is a chat, and the chat tomorrow is at 11. The chat tomorrow is at 11. Anybody have any questions for me, let me know. Those of you who are in Sapphire Academy, just follow your schedule. Follow your schedule, okay? If you have medical term, okay, chapter 1, and you have step-by-step, chapter 1, you're getting ahead of the game, okay? And billing, chapter 1, okay? We are soon going to be in the coding if you want to wait for us. That's fine. I like when you guys start ahead of me because you're doing the reading ahead of me. You're doing the reading ahead of me. Like I said, take those PDFs, translate them into docs, and let AI read them to you. Okay. You are to combine that with these chats. You are to combine what you have with these chats. When you purchase your courses, you're combining them with these chats. You will get a Sapphire email from me so that you can have access to the Sapphire portal. I will be in the Sapphire portal in the morning. You guys know I'm in the Sapphire portal. When you see a green check on my face in the portal, you know I'm in there. If you are in there and I'm not in there and you want to send me an email or something like that, in the discussion board in Sapphire Academy portal, you can get to me like that. You can send me an email from there, anything. You don't have to go find your phone. You don't have to, you can type in whatever you want and it goes straight to me. Okay. The Kindle is also in there. The older books are also in there. Kindle has the older books too. I thought thrift.com was no more, but thrift.com is still alive. Okay, so make sure y'all get with that. And I put this up here because I wanted to make sure that's the wrong camera. It's that one. It's that one over there. I wanted to make sure that I let y'all know about all of my platforms. Okay, these are all of my platforms. Okay, I have 10 platforms. Okay, my main go-to is this one. Okay, I do have a Twitch. Y'all got Twitch? Go ahead and go on Twitch. Facebook, whatnot. Meta, I have a store on Facebook. So you guys can also go on Facebook and look at my courses too. I have a store on Facebook. I have a store on Instagram. I have a store on TikTok. I have a Shopify store, and I have my website store. And even if you guys don't want to join, you guys can always put in a donation to the cause. Okay. I don't care if it's $1. We still take donations. Okay. Everything goes back into the program. We are trying to keep this program here at YouTube. So any type of donations y'all make will go back into the program to help us continue to do the program on YouTube. Okay. Continue to do these free classes on YouTube. And I think the classes here kind of helps everybody, where you guys are not all over the place. And it gives, something back to the community. And to me, YouTube is helping us out, helping us give back to the community. And again, you can join those courses if you want to. I think we're going to order more of these. I love how this looks. We're definitely going to order some of these. And that's a wrap, y'all. That's a wrap. Thank you for watching. I'm going to add some ends and some subscriptions to this. Make sure you guys check us out tomorrow. Come see us tomorrow. All right. Thank you. Have a wonderful night. It's Friday.